Whether you were impacted just a little bit or whether you were hammered pretty hard by Hurricane Matthew, you've got issues within your house to deal with as we recover from the hurricane. Laurie Towler, the Regional Sales Director of Rainbow Restorations, joining us to talk in general about the kind of things that we need to be doing. Person walks into their home, they think it's dry, they think they're okay. Are they?
No, the problem is that sometimes you can't look at a wall or feel a wall and go, hey, there's no problem, it's dry. There's things that are hidden, like the studs, the framing in your house, and other things like underneath your floor, the plywood, still could be wet. And so there's really no way that you can tell unless you have somebody that's coming in with a moisture meter that's going to be able to tell what is actually wet and what's dry.
So maybe a visit over the next few weeks by that kind of a person is a good idea, even if you think you're dry.
Absolutely,
Okay.
Absolutely, because otherwise you're going to run into, if things start to smell, you've got bacteria growing, you'll have mold growing, and so we want to make sure that people get taken care of properly where they don't end up with problems down the road.
Okay. Is there anything that the general homeowner can do with the water situation? I mean, they can kind of get the water out, but without having a professional come in and take care of things. Are there any things we can do, or are there things we should leave to the pros?
Yeah, there's one of the things that I actually had a friend of mine ask about, and that's if there's furniture that's sitting on wet carpeting, if you can get the furniture legs onto some tin foil or something like that, or blocks of styrofoam, then you can try to save that furniture and keep the water damage from wicking up the legs and causing more problems. That's one thing that homeowners can do. That's
a good idea, but the carpet, you want them to get the carpet out, right?
Yes, what happens with this is because there's storm waters and flood waters, it's considered Category 3 water, which is contaminated. It's highly contaminated. And so especially after 72 hours, you'll get microbial growth, you'll get bacteria, that's when it starts to smell. And at that point, what we're looking at is you cannot extract and clean the carpet and the pad in this case. It has to come out, and the same with things like the drywall, the baseboards and stuff like that. So anything that's porous like that is contaminated, and it really needs to be removed, and then you can deodorize and sanitize it.
All right, well, if we saved somebody's furniture, we did a little bit of good anyway.
Yeah.
Is this as bad as you have seen it? I'm not sure how many years you've been doing this, but
I've been here for 15 years, and I've never seen anything like this before in my life, but I am so amazed at how fast people made progress, and I have to say thanks to everybody that worked so hard, because I'm just amazed that from what the pictures you saw and things like that, it's just they've done a wonderful job.
And within homes, people are making some progress, or are we still in the stage of, oh my goodness?
I think we're still in the oh my goodness stage. Thankfully, I've heard of a lot of people that came through good, but I know that there's a lot of people that are still underwater and having a lot of issues, so we're here to help folks however we can.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Again, call the pros. They know how to do things, and you all are probably on a little bit tighter schedule, able to get out a little quicker than people who are cutting down trees?
Hopefully. We've got a lot of resources that are actually coming in from around the country, like Texas and Alabama and Illinois, to help us. There are CAT teams that are coming in to help us with equipment and manpower. So.
Terrific. All right. Thanks so much for the time, Laurie. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Laurie Towler, the Regional Sales Director for Rainbow Restorations, joining us here on WHHI.